This is Investment Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Daily live streaming interactive. Featuring Mrs. Backup. Subscribe, hit the notification, smash the likes. Now, here's Backup Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Investment Perspectives. I'm Bradley Kimes. You can follow me on Backup Bradley on Twitter. Just connect there at the top at Backup Bradley. Okay, so let's get into this. I wanted to make a pre-recorded video of some things that I found overnight and early this morning. And don't forget to tune in to this morning's live show in the morning with Clinton Donnelly, the tax fixer, who's going to be amazing this morning. And don't forget to tune in tonight's live show with Mickey B. Fresh from the community, who is a killer contributor and deep dive researcher. He is going to jump into some really fantastic topics tonight, and you won't want to miss it. Okay, so today's video, I wanted to touch on a few things that I've seen already this morning. This first piece, and let me get this open so we can all take a look here. R3, Trade 9, and 12 banks put open account trade finance on DLT. 12 banks are working with software firm R3 and Trade 9, a trade finance technology company, on blockchain initiative to change the infrastructure of open account trade finance. The system is an end-to-end open account trade finance business network, which will be powered by Trade 9 and R3's Corda distributed ledger platform. Remember, the Corda settler with R3 uses the digital asset XRP for settlement. In its announcement, the group said that the project would initially create standard trade finance smart contracts on a distributed ledger infrastructure. It stated, "This provides secure and automated financing of supply chain using a single record for critical trade data, including identities, purchase orders, invoices, shipping and logistics information, trade assets, financing activity, credit risk, and more." Following this phase, R3 and Trade 9 will engage the broader ecosystem, expanding services, onboarding additional members. Now, I can tell you guys, as a global importer myself, I have dealt with the pains and the excruciating time frame of having to deal with shipping from China to the United States. This is enormous, what is being put in place. You're talking about building the potential for smart contracts in every single point along the path of receiving your goods, ordering them, having them made, having a sample tested, having the quality inspection tested on the actual production run, and then having that sent right to the from the manufacturer to the actual shipping company that's going to or the freight company that's going to carry it to the shipping port, and then the shipping port who's going to deal with all of your bills of lading and all the papers that got to come with that in order to ship out of the port, pass through customs, coming into the country, deal with all the proper papers, the bill of lading, and everything else that comes with it. I'm telling you, this is an enormous thing to be able to put this in, like basically digital contracts on a DLT. So this way you can actually have it begin and it just be tracked automatically through the way that they enter the information. This is going to be enormous for trade. And I dare say it, but it's going to be just as big, if not bigger, on the impact of trade that all the adding shipping containers to the trading industry did, right? All the same container sizes, whether it's 20 or 40 foot, all the same trucks to carry them, all the same cranes to be able to carry them at every port. That standardization and efficiency is now making its way again in another wave of evolution in the digital world and in the shipping industry to simplify and I guess make even better the process of how it's all going to go from your contract, from the time I would order products from a manufacturer to the time that it would find its path to the American port that I send it to, and then being shipped to the distributor that I'm going to sell my goods through. So pretty fantastic stuff that's taking place. The product will include trade-specific APIs and technology tools, as well as sophisticated rules engine and an open standard core infrastructure for the trade data, contracts, and transactions. It will integrate with the existing platforms as well as R3 and other ecosystems. David Rudder, CEO of R3, comments earlier this year, R3 Trade 9 and a core group of R3 members teamed up to redesign the infrastructure behind open account trade finance utilizing our Quarter platform and the TIX platform of Trade 9. Existing trade finances infrastructure is in serious need of an upgrade, and this project is a big step towards the adoption of reliable, efficient, and standardized process for the entire sector. There you have it. The banks involved in the initiative are Bangkok Bank, Barclays Bank, BBVA, BladeX, BNP Paribas, Commerce Bank, CTBC Bank, Ing, Intesa Sanpaolo, and Shannon Bank, and Royal Bank of Scotland, and Wells Fargo. Definitely some names we can recognize there. Okay, so now let's go on to this right here. The growth of Ripple and virtual currencies cited in proposed rule on U.S. remittances. So now we're moving from the trade industry, the shipping and trade industry, into the remittance industry. You can see these different verticals that are being pursued for the technology of not only Ripple and XRP, but DLT, blockchain, and tokenization all the way around the board. So the U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau cites Ripple XRP and the growth of virtual currencies at large in a new proposal on remittances. The agency is considering several changes to the Electronic Fund Transfer Act, the EFTA, in response to evolving state of cross-border payments technology. The modifications would adjust the number of remittances from 100 to 500. The businesses can send without having to define themselves as a remittance transfer provider. That seems pretty big to me. The Bureau is also looking to allow insured institutions to estimate the exchange rates on remittance transfers to a particular country as long as they made fewer than 1,000 transfers to that country the previous year. Companies could also estimate third-party fees if they made fewer than 500 transfers to the country in question the prior calendar year. The agency highlights the evolution of cross-border payments as a primary reason for the proposed changes, pointing out that the substantial changes to the industry are underway as fintech companies create new, faster, and more efficient ways to move money. The report lists technology from the leading financing messaging network, SWIFT, San Francisco startup Ripple, virtual currencies, and the digital asset XRP as examples of evolution in the industry. The Bureau has continued to monitor the remittance transfer market since the publication of the assessment report and observes that most of these developments continue to progress. Examples include the continued growth and expanding functionality of the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications, SWIFT's GPI, Global Payment Innovation Tracking Product, which can increase the amount of upfront information available to sending institutions, and the expansion of major payment card networks' capacity to support cross-border payments. 2, the continued growth of fintech, non-bank remittance transfer providers, and their future expansion into partnerships and other relationships with banks and credit unions, which allow such entities to tap into the closed network payment systems that non-bank remittance transfer providers have developed. Level playing field is what's coming to mind. And 3, the continued growth and expanding partnerships of virtual currency companies such as Ripple, which offer both a payments messaging platform to support cross-border money transfers, as well as its proprietary virtual currency XRP, which can be used to effect settlement of those transfers. The proposed changes have been submitted for public comment before final regulations are issued. Comments must be submitted by January 21st, 2020. Now, don't forget, in reminder of this, we did recently just see the federalregister.gov paper, which really talked about this exact same issue here, with SWIFT and GPI being highlighted, and Ripple and XRP's virtual currency that it has access to for settlement. And it also said it was unlikely, in 3 paragraphs below that in the federalregister.gov, that it would replace all of the traditional settlement options in a flash. But nevertheless, it is definitely something that's going to be coming our way. It certainly looks that way, at any rate. Okay, so now let's take a look at one more thing here. This is interesting too. So moving along, let's look at the IMF, the International Monetary Fund here. Let's see, IMF working papers, designing central bank digital currencies, November 18th, 2019, just a month ago. So here we're looking at it in the summary. We study the optimal design of central bank digital currency, CBDC, in an environment where agents sort into cash, CBDC, and bank deposits according to their preferences over anonymity and security, and where network effects make the convenience of payment instruments dependent on the number of their users. CBDC can be designed with the attributes similar to cash or deposits, and can be interest-bearing. A CBDC that closely competes with deposits depresses bank credit and output, while a cash-like CBDC may lead to the disappearance of cash. Then, the optimal CBDC design trades off bank intermediation against the social value of maintaining diverse payment instruments. When network effects matter, an interest-bearing CBDC alleviates the central bank's trade-off. And there you have that. Those are the thoughts of the IMF in their working paper as much as a month ago. So, all right, guys, this is what I wanted to touch base on. I wanted to run this down. Don't forget to tune into the morning show this morning. And by the way, do not forget to check out the Digital Asset Insiders group, Patreon group, which is amazing. It is filling up so quickly. We are almost there. We're almost at the first 500 fill of the early register. $3.99 a month. You get all of the content from Mr. B, Digital Asset Investor, and myself with no advertisements, as well as many other benefits. Please check that out if you're interested in that. So, and if not, always remember, you can still watch us on all of our channels on YouTube, just as you do now. Guys, I will see you at 10 a.m. this morning, Eastern Time, right here on the live show, Investment Perspectives.